Hello and welcome to another edition of PaynePoints of Interest, where we talk about and answer questions relating to all things in small business. So grab your coffee, sit back, and join us as we start this discussion. Hey guys, it's me, Sarah Harbuck. I'm your host, and with me is Michael Payne in the studio, and we've got a special guest, David Saphir, today, and all this week actually, and he is trying to help us with cash flow issues once again. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Sarah. It's great to be back today.
Yay! So, cash flow is such an important part of any small business, or really any business in general. What would you recommend as a good process for accounts receivable to increase your probability of getting paid and increase your customer satisfaction at the same time? Because I know that that's a big issue for a lot of businesses. Getting paid, but also making sure that the client is happy.
That is true. They definitely seem like almost inversely proportional.
Yeah.
Keeping your cash flow up while maintaining customer satisfaction. If you get one, you don't really get the other, right?
I mean, it seems like that can be the thing.
David, is there a good way to be able to increase both at the same time?
I just talked to a professional that all she does is coach small businesses on how to do accounts receivables and do it well.
Okay.
And I will tell you her name when I remember it, but I'll tell you what the key message is. It's actually the opposite. The first thing she said was, companies don't pay companies. People pay people.
Okay, yeah.
And when we're doing business, people pay people that they like.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And her number one suggestion is turn the accounts receivable process, which starts well before the money's actually due, to start establishing a rapport and a partnership with your clients to make it clear of what they need to pay, accurate what needs to be paid, and then easy to pay it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Make it easy.
Make it easy.
Everybody likes easy.
That's so important, the easy factor, because I've had I actually had a conversation recently with a gentleman I've been working with for a while, and he tells me how most of his clients are he's letting them set the terms of payment, and so he comes out and it's a bill them once a month, and it's a net 15 or a net 30, and then he wonders why some of these things don't feel worth it in the end. It's like, well, I mean, you're not setting your terms, you're getting paid
Right.
once a month. So you do 4 weeks worth of work, and then at the end you see that bill for 4 weeks, and you're going like, that wasn't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trick of the mind.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they're on the opposite side. I realize, he's acting as the vendor in this. It's still not easy. It has to be easy for both sides.
Yeah.
And some of these clients, he's getting paper checks in the mail from.
When I did my photography business full time, I found that it was the clients liked it so much better. I was happier because I wasn't running to the bank all the time. And it just made the whole process easy. They could pay their bill at 1 a.m. in the morning if they wanted to.
Right.
If I sent them an invoice online, and they just could enter their credit card information like they were buying something off of Amazon, and boom, it was done. And yeah, I had to pay those credit card processing fees, but it was worth that 2% or whatever it was I was
Right.
paying for all of us
Yep.
to have the ease of mind to be able to just do it whenever. And nobody has to go to the bank. Oops, sorry. Nobody has to write a check, a paper check. What is it
Right.
John Mulaney says? I'm not going to be writing no paper checks,
Yeah.
drinking moon juice and paying for my mortgage that way. Yeah, nobody does that anymore, I don't
No one.
think. And, if you make it easy, especially these days, pay your bill online, people like that. They like the ease of not having to think about it.
Right.
We have all
Yeah.
these automated processes for a reason. We're lazy and we want it easy.
I mean, I have a large enough client that he's, he would much rather me charge his credit card
Yeah.
because
Yep.
he gets points.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about for
So
him.
let me throw out where the easy begins sometimes.
Okay.
So you've both mentioned great things, and yes, at the end of the day, um, whatever's smoothest to send the money is going to be great. Let me tell you where things often break down, and that's on the invoicing side.
Okay.
Too many invoices go out with mistakes. And
Okay.
what do you think happens if 5 or 10 invoices come in and yours is the only one with a mistake on it?
Yours doesn't get paid.
That's
It just it goes to the bottom of the pile. You've just made it hard because they got to get back in touch with you. Listen, you made this mistake, and et cetera, et cetera. So the question is there a way for a company to become proactive to make sure the invoice is right?
Yes. I would think so.
I would think so too. And it could be you call your client and go through the invoice before it's even sent, or go through with the salesperson if there's a salesperson involved, or the factory. You check it against what was shipped. It'll vary by business, but man, make sure it's done right.
Yeah. You would think that there might be a like a sign-off period, like as you're doing work with someone and you're adding things to the invoice, and you send it to them, okay, I need you to approve it, and then you send
Yep.
out the official one that gets paid because, after it's been approved. Obviously, humans make mistakes. We're all going to do that from time to time, but you would think that due diligence might eliminate some of the error issue. But, again, I never worked in a business where that was a big deal because there weren't so many invoices coming in and out in my photography business that I couldn't keep track and make them
Right.
accurate. But I know that that's not the case for every business, and that some have such an influx that you almost have to hire, like we say here, hire someone to do the job who can do it better than you and fill the gap in your knowledge. And that seems to be a proponent that we tend to go towards every single time. Hire someone to do it. Make that
Yeah.
a job a priority, because that's how you get your money in. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but
that's
Uh,
why PaynePoints has Sammy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. And let me tell you something Sammy could do. I'm just picking on Sammy because you mentioned the name. So the day after the invoice goes out, you can either get on the phone or send a separate email that says, "Hey, listen," and hopefully Sammy knows whoever's getting the invoice. Wanted to check in with you. We sent an invoice yesterday, and we do every effort to make sure they're accurate. But hey, we're human. We make mistakes. Have you seen anything that we missed or that you want to talk to me about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, having that personal touch of getting in contact with the individual and saying, "Hey, maybe we made a mistake here." I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like that goes a long way in the goodwill issue of having your customer satisfied with you as well.
I think a lot of people get caught up in the idea of if you send an invoice and then reach out and make contact, you give the impression, or they feel like they're giving the impression that they're just trying to get paid
Right.
as quickly as possible.
Right.
Which may very well be true, right? But when you paint it in the light of, hey, just not hassling you for a payment, but I am trying to make sure that what I sent was accurate and what you expected.
Yeah.
Is a much better approach, and I think it achieves both goals:
Yeah.
making things easy, giving that personal touch, building that relationship, and getting yourself paid.
Yeah.
And I would suggest,
Go ahead.
go ahead, Sarah.
No,
Well,
no, no.
I was just going to say it also does a third thing, which is reduces stress. It is stressful for them to say, "I think you messed up," and
Yeah.
you're giving them permission to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whenever you ask them to clarify or make sure the accuracy is correct. Yeah, I'd imagine it opens that door of communication that might not have been so easily for people to be open as easily, because most people don't want confrontation and they don't want to have to, "Hey, you charge me too much," or speak up. I think that can be a problem if you don't. But I think the takeaway here from all of this should be, A, make sure you have a good relationship with client and they'll pay you, and B, make it easy for them. Make it easy for yourself. Yes? I think that's
Yes.
probably a good takeaway for this particular segment. David, thanks so much for offering your insight today. That's going to be all, I think. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, you can hit us up on our social media, our website at PaynePoints.com, Facebook and LinkedIn at PaynePoints, Instagram at Payne.points, and Twitter at PointsPayne. David, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, there's two places you can find me. One is at LinkedIn, dsafeer, Safeer is my profile name. And also on YouTube. It's brand new. I've been posting videos. I haven't announced it a lot, but you can find short videos, long videos on topics regarding cash flow.
Awesome.
And that's YouTube, David Safeer. I just going to keep using my name.
That makes it short and simple and easy to do.
Yep.
We're going to continue our shout out to local small business this week with Standpipe Coffee House. They are located at 123 South 1st Street, Suite A in downtown Lufkin. They make delicious coffee drinks of all kinds, hot, cold, blended, on ice. We use a local brewer and roaster, not brewer, my bad. And they do a great job down there, offer a lot of atmosphere. And once this pandemic quarantine is lifted, you should head on down and fuel up with their caffeine treats and give them a try. All right, guys, that's it for today. We hope everyone has a great day. Let's get to work.